Sister Wives, one cast member looks immensely upset and tired this season. What's really up? This season of Sister Wives is shaping up to be one of the most emotional and revealing yet, and fans are starting to notice something very different about one particular cast member. Viewers have been pointing out how one wife looks immensely upset, worn down, and even exhausted throughout multiple episodes. Social media has exploded with comments, theories, and speculation about what might really be going on behind the scenes. So, what's the truth? Why does this cast member look so tired and defeated? Let's break it all down. From the very first episodes of this season, fans began noticing how the mood and body language of the wives had shifted. The camera often lingers on their faces, and while the show has always been packed with drama, there's something extra heavy this time. One wife, in particular, is giving off signals that have left audiences worried. Her eyes look weary, her expressions seem forced, and her tone carries the weight of someone who has been through far more than she's willing to admit on camera. Many fans think the exhaustion is emotional rather than physical. After all, the last few seasons have been filled with breakups, betrayals, and a family structure that has practically crumbled. Kody Brown's once proud vision of a united plural marriage has unraveled into fractured relationships, resentment, and loneliness. The constant strain of navigating all of this under the glare of reality TV cameras could easily wear anyone down. When people talk about being tired in an emotional sense, they usually mean the exhaustion that comes from carrying stress for too long. Fans believe that's exactly what's happening here. This particular wife has endured years of disappointment, rejection, and strained communication with Kody, and now, the fallout is finally showing on her face. On Reddit and Facebook fan groups, some have even suggested that she looks like someone who has simply given up. Not in a dramatic way, but in the sense that she no longer has the energy to fight for something that isn't working. That, to many viewers, is why her tired expressions and sad demeanor feel so striking this season. But it's not just about her relationship with Kody. The wives have also had to handle constant changes in living situations, financial struggles, and raising kids while dealing with the spotlight of fame. Add to that the grief of family conflict and the pressure of being judged by millions of fans every week, and it's no wonder someone might look like the weight of the world is on their shoulders. What makes this season even more telling is how her sadness contrasts with some of the other wives. While a few cast members have embraced their independence and are moving forward with brighter spirits, this one seems stuck in a place of limbo. She's neither fully out of the marriage nor fully content within it. That in-between state can be exhausting, because it feels like you're constantly torn between staying and leaving, between fighting for love and walking away from it. Another key detail fans have noticed is how little she smiles compared to past seasons. Rewatching old episodes, it's clear she used to have moments of genuine joy and laughter. Now, her smiles often seem forced, like they're only there for the cameras. It's almost as if she's putting on a mask, but underneath, the pain is written all over her face. There's also the toll of being portrayed a certain way on national television. Reality TV editing is notorious for amplifying drama and focusing on negative storylines. It's possible she's being shown in her most vulnerable moments more often this season, making it appear as though she's constantly upset. But fans argue that editing alone can't explain the visible fatigue in her eyes. That kind of emotional exhaustion is hard to fake. Health speculation has also surfaced. Some viewers wonder if stress and fatigue are manifesting physically, leading to her drained appearance. Stress can cause everything from weight fluctuations to skin issues to lack of sleep, and it all shows up in how someone looks on camera. Considering the ongoing tension in her family life, it wouldn't be surprising if she's simply not sleeping well. Another angle fans are talking about is loneliness. With the family splintering, each wife has had to navigate life more independently. For some, that's been empowering. For others, it has only deepened the sense of isolation. This wife, in particular, seems to struggle with that isolation, and the sadness of losing not only her marriage but also the broader sense of family unity could easily be eating away at her. The exhaustion also ties into Kody's shifting priorities. It's no secret that Kody has been spending the majority of his time with Robyn, leaving the others to feel neglected. For years, viewers have pointed out how uneven his attention has been, and this season it's clearer than ever. To be in a relationship where your partner shows no effort, no investment, and no affection can be draining beyond words. Fans believe that's exactly what's making her look so worn out. She's been pouring into something without receiving anything back. It's also important to remember that reality stars often keep parts of their lives private. There may be personal struggles happening off camera that fans don't even know about. Whether it's family conflicts, financial pressure, or personal health battles, the things we don't see could be contributing to why she appears so upset this season. Still, what's undeniable is that audiences are noticing, and they're speaking out. TikTok edits, YouTube fan breakdowns, and Twitter threads are filled with comments like, "She looks broken, she just looks done, and I don't think she can keep this up much longer." The concern is real, and it shows how deeply fans connect with these women. One of the saddest parts of this situation is how predictable it feels. Longtime viewers have watched the slow decline of the relationships for years. From the outside, it's easy to see how rejection and neglect could lead to this kind of emotional collapse. But when you're living it, when you're the one inside the relationship, it's much harder to walk away. That's why fans think she's stuck looking so tired, because she hasn't found the strength to fully break free yet. The bigger question is what happens next. Will this season show her finally reaching a breaking point? Will she continue to endure quietly, or will she take bold steps to reclaim her happiness? Fans are desperate to know, and that's part of why this storyline is getting so much attention. There's also the issue of how TLC will frame this in the show's editing. Some believe the producers are intentionally spotlighting her struggles to build sympathy and keep viewers emotionally invested. Others think it's just too obvious to hide. She looks the way she looks, and the cameras can't avoid showing it. Either way, it's become one of the defining storylines of the season. What we can say for sure is this: no matter how much reality TV editing plays a role, no one can fake the kind of deep sadness that seems to radiate from her this year. It's the look of someone who has given everything and gotten little in return. The look of someone who's emotionally drained and still trying to hold it together for the sake of appearances. And perhaps that's the most heartbreaking part of all. Because behind the tired eyes and upset expressions is a woman who has fought for years for her family, her marriage, and her place in a system that hasn't rewarded her loyalty. Whether she stays or leaves, fans are rooting for her to find peace, happiness, and the strength to move forward. Until then, the mystery remains: what's really going on behind the cameras, and how much longer can she keep pretending she's okay? For now, all we can do is watch the season unfold, listen to the subtle clues, and hope that this immensely upset and tired wife eventually finds the freedom and joy she deserves. This season of Sister Wives has fans buzzing, and not for the reasons TLC might have hoped. Viewers have begun to notice a pattern: Cody Brown and Robin Brown are getting the lion's share of the screen time, while the other three wives, Christine, Janelle, and Mary, seem to be fading into the background. For some, it feels like TLC has quietly shifted the focus of the show, transforming what was once a story about a plural family into a two-person drama. From the beginning, Sister Wives promised audiences a glimpse into the challenges and joys of plural marriage. Fans tuned in for years to watch how Cody balanced the needs of his 4 wives and their children. But as the marriages collapsed one by one, the spotlight narrowed. Today, many argue that what we're watching isn't really Sister Wives anymore, it's Cody and Robin's show, with everyone else pushed to the sidelines. Viewers first noticed this shift in last season's episodes, where Robin's interviews were heavily featured. She cried, vented, and explained her frustrations, while Cody sat beside her, nodding along or backing up her version of events. Meanwhile, Christine was preparing to leave, Janelle was clashing with Cody, and Mary was hanging on to a relationship that barely existed. Their stories were told, yes, but not with the same emotional weight or airtime that Robin's received. This season, the imbalance is even more obvious. In nearly every episode, Robin is front and center, discussing how the family is falling apart and how heartbreaking it is to watch. Fans argue that TLC is deliberately framing her as the tragic heroine, the wife who stayed loyal, the wife who wanted the dream, the wife who feels victimized by the others leaving. Cody, of course, plays the co-lead in this narrative, sharing his frustrations about loyalty, betrayal, and control. But where does that leave the other three wives? Christine has already walked away and built a new life. Janelle is caught between independence and occasional communication with Cody. And Mary, once considered the legal wife, now seems to exist on the outskirts of the family with little real involvement. Fans feel that TLC is barely giving them space to tell their side of the story anymore. Instead, it's Robin and Cody's version dominating the screen. The fan backlash has been swift. Social media is filled with complaints about how the ex-wives are being edited out. Many argue that the show is no longer representative of its original purpose. Instead of showcasing plural marriage in all its complexity, it has become a monogamous love story, except this love story is one that fans largely don't want to watch. On Reddit, one viewer wrote, "I didn't sign up for the Robin show. If TLC is just going to make it about her tears and Cody's whining, then I'm done." Others have echoed the sentiment, saying they want to see how Christine thrives post-divorce, how Janelle handles independence, and how Mary navigates the next chapter of her life. To them, those are the real, interesting storylines. So why would TLC focus so heavily on Cody and Robin? Some believe it's about drama. From a production standpoint, the most emotional reactions usually come from Robin. She cries easily, speaks passionately, and frames herself as the last person standing in a collapsing marriage. That kind of footage is easy to use for dramatic effect, creating clips and promos that draw attention. Others think it's about control. By focusing on Cody and Robin, TLC may be trying to protect its main narrative. Christine, Janelle, and Mary are now essentially outsiders to the Brown family dynamic. They live separate lives, and while their stories are compelling, they don't revolve around Cody anymore. For a show branded around Cody's plural family, that presents a problem. Shifting attention to Robin and Cody allows TLC to keep the family aspect intact, even if it's no longer plural. But fans see through it. They know this isn't the same story they signed up for 14 years ago. What started as a show about one man balancing multiple marriages has turned into a slow-motion unraveling of a family, with the spotlight now laser-focused on the last wife standing. What makes this situation even more controversial is how differently the wives are treated. When Christine expressed her unhappiness, it was often portrayed as her being selfish or unwilling to compromise. When Janelle pushed back against Cody, it was shown as conflict and tension. But when Robin cries, the editing frames her as sympathetic, misunderstood, and deeply loyal. Viewers argue that TLC's editing has created an uneven playing field, one that paints Robin as the good wife while casting the others as difficult or disloyal. Even Mary, who stayed legally married to Cody for decades despite rejection, rarely gets the same emotional focus. Her pain is often brushed aside in a few short clips, while Robin's tears dominate entire episodes. That disparity has left fans questioning TLC's motives. Are they trying to rehabilitate Robin's image? Are they trying to make her more likable after years of fan backlash? Another layer to this is Cody himself. By giving him so much airtime, TLC ensures that his version of events remains the central narrative. He gets to explain why the marriage has failed, why he feels betrayed, and why he believes Robin is the only wife who truly supported him. Without equal time for the others, it leaves viewers with a one-sided picture, unless they follow the ex-wives on social media, where they tell a very different story. The risk for TLC is clear: fans are losing patience. If the show continues to push Cody and Robin as the main characters while sidelining Christine, Janelle, and Mary, viewership could drop. Already, many longtime fans admit they only watch to see updates on the ex-wives, not to hear Cody complain or watch Robin cry. Still, TLC seems determined to stick with its formula. In previews, more scenes focus on Robin's breakdowns, her dream of a big family being shattered, and Cody's anger at the wives who left. Meanwhile, the other women's progress is barely touched upon. It almost feels like TLC is afraid to let them shine, because their independence undermines the show's original premise, and yet, that independence is exactly what fans want to see. Christine building her new life with David Woolley. Janelle focusing on her health, her kids, and her own happiness. Mary carving out her future outside of Cody's shadow. Those are powerful, inspiring stories that could keep Sister Wives alive and relevant. Instead, viewers are left with endless cycles of Cody's bitterness and Robin's tears. And while that might keep the drama alive for a little while, it risks alienating the very audience that has kept the show going all these years. At the end of the day, the question is simple: is Sister Wives really about the family anymore, or has it become the